Hi, my name is Ashlyn, and this is my Sleeping with the Enemy project for COM 616 Communicating Mindfully. Many women today endure abuse in relationships at some point in their life, whether it be physically, mentally, or emotionally. In this project, we're going to look at the movie Sleeping with the Enemy, abuse in relationships, the social exchange theory, some interpersonal communication. So, social exchange theory is different possible outcomes and situations based on the different ways that we act in social situations. Now, let's look at the movie. This movie is called Sleeping with the Enemy, and it's a 1991 film with Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts plays Laura Burney, who endures an abusive relationship and then escapes, moves away, and has to adopt a new identity. There are many important scenes throughout this movie. So initially, Laura does not see red flags from Martin, her abusive husband. She sees Martin as the good in her life. So the good in your life is basically what we value and protect and promote because it's essential to us. So at the beginning, he is the good in her, but towards the middle, we see that he's not. So in the beginning, he points out a mistake in the bathroom, which you can see in the picture below. A towel is not placed correctly, and he points that out to her as a mistake. He specifically says, we all make mistakes, and that's what learning is for. Then, a sailor compliments their house, which has multiple glass windows. He takes that as the sailor has been inside their house and beats Laura because of it. Laura does eventually see the opportunity to escape during a huge storm while her husband thinks that she cannot swim. So how does this relate? This relates to the social exchange theory. So, the social exchange theory is essentially whenever you go through a cost-benefit analysis and decide how you should react to something based on the outcome that it will provide. So whenever he corrected her with the towels, she chose to just say thank you back. This is because she knows that if she argues back, it will result in her being possibly beat, which is not worth it over some towels that she could correct. Next, we see in the movie that they get into an argument before the sale. Laura, who at first does become argumentative, realizes that if she argues with him, that he will punish her and not let her go on the sail, even though he thinks she's scared of sailing. She goes through the cost-benefit analysis and through the social exchange theory and decides that it's best for her to not argue back because she does want to go on the sail even though he thinks that she won't. She wants to go on this sail because she knows that at some opportunity she will be able to try to escape because she's been taking swimming lessons without her husband or anyone knowing. So she doesn't refuse to go on the sail either. So typically she would refuse to go on the sail. So like I said before, she thinks that this might present an opportunity for her to be able to escape. So this time she doesn't refuse going. One important part of the movie that she goes through the social exchange theory multiple times is whenever she is deciding her escape. Although she doesn't know that the opportunity will for 100% be there whenever they go on the sail tonight, she realizes that that opportunity is there. She has to think about the cost and benefits and repercussions of if she gets caught while trying to escape. She has to make sure that this absolutely will happen and will go through without having to worry about getting caught and what would happen to her if she did get caught. So now for our discussion. We see multiple things relating from our textbook and from academic articles that relate to this movie and the concepts in it. So first we need to look at Rust Bolt's investment model. which basically explains why women stay in unhealthy relationships. We see many times that women stay in unhealthy relationships because they don't feel like they have the means to leave, whether it be transportation, money, or somewhere to stay, or they have children with that person and they don't feel like it would be good to take the child away from the home. Laura, on the other hand, does not have any children keeping her tied to that relationship. Also, she has a pretty wealthy husband to where she has been able to put back money without him noticing. So for her going through this investment model, she doesn't really have anything tying her to stay in that relationship. Our book talks about private space and staying truly private in your private space. So Laura's story and old identity is her private space, and she needs to keep that truly private so that she does not have to worry about Martin discovering her or finding out where she is, which he eventually does. One time where she really invaded that private space was whenever she was on the bus trying to get to her new location and she starts talking to a woman on the bus. So she must make sure that her plan is staying private so that Martin doesn't find her, but she does talk with this woman about what she's going through. She does try to keep this private by saying that it's about her friend and that this is what her friend has gone through. Through what the lady on the bus says back to her, you can tell that the lady does know it's about her, but that she is going to protect that privacy for her so that she will not get caught. This also goes along with her interpersonal responsibility. She has to go with her commitment to caring for the relationship she has with herself as well as Martin. So first, her commitment to caring for the relationship with herself is it is her interpersonal responsibility to go through with this to herself and to keep it private with herself because she knows it's what's best for her. So she doesn't give away too many details or do anything that's going to jeopardize all the hard work that she's done for herself by escaping this relationship. You also see her interpersonal responsibility to Martin's relationship and her commitment to caring for the relationship, because throughout this entire time, she never tries to harm Martin, she never backtalks him, and she never even really tries to get him in trouble. She does eventually have to harm him, but it's in protecting herself. She doesn't want to do it for evil. There are many recommendations that need to be done to try to fix this problem, although this problem will never probably truly be fixed. So some things that need to be worked on with this is women need to feel confident, but not just in themselves, but in their future situation. Going back to Rust Bolt's investment model, many women don't feel confident in leaving because they don't know what their future will hold after this. So women need to be given the confidence that they will be okay whenever they do escape. This goes along with providing resources for them. We need to provide resources on things that will help them with location and where they live, help them with staying safe, and then help them with feeling like they are okay and that they are not defined by the situation that they went through. Also, we need to teach them the cost-benefit analysis in a positive way and teach them a positive way of looking at what will come from this relationship and getting out of it. For future research, we really need to study women currently in and recently out of these relationships so that we can get the whole picture on it and that we can provide information for those still in them, in the relationships, from women that have gotten out of it. In conclusion, this situation is very prevalent today and women are still facing abuse daily. The social exchange theory has also gone through daily by Laura in the movie, as well as by us every day on our own whenever we decide what would be the best things to go through for us and what will provide the best outcome for us. Thank you for listening to my presentation.